A man digs in a dark, wet place. The place is called a bog. His shovel hits something soft, not like mud or wood. He pulls out a face from the black water. It looks like a man sleeping, but his skin is brown like old leather. This man is not from today. He is from a time long, long ago. This strange thing is called a bog body. A bog is a special place. The water is dark and has almost no air. It is also very cold. This cold, dark water keeps people from turning to dust. It saves their skin, their hair, and even the last food they ate. They are not bones, they are ghosts of people. This is not just one body found in the dark water. There are hundreds. They are found all over the cold lands of Europe. There are men, women, and even children. A silent group of people, all found in the same dark places. Why are so many people here? It feels like a hidden, terrible secret. We can look at their faces. They seem so real, like they are only sleeping. But when we look closer, we see the horror. Many of them have ropes pulled tight around their necks. Many have deep cuts on their throats. Their bones are broken. They did not die in their sleep. Someone hurt them. One man is called Tollund Man. His face is very calm. He has a small smile, like he is having a good dream. You can see the small hairs on his chin, but around his neck is a rope. It is made of leather, and it is pulled very tight. He was hanged. Why does a man who was killed look so calm? It is a deep, unsettling mystery. They are a silent army, sleeping under the wet ground. For hundreds of years they waited. They did not rot. They did not turn to dust. They just waited in the darkness, keeping their secrets. They are a chilling reminder of a time long gone. But what happens when we look closer at these silent faces? They seem so real, so much like us. Then the horror starts to show. We see the marks of terror on their still bodies. Many have ropes pulled tight around their necks. Others have deep cuts on their throats. Their bones are broken. Their last moments were not peaceful. They did not die in their sleep. Someone hurt them, and the dark water of the bog hid the truth for a very long time. One face haunts us more than any other. He is called the Tollund Man. He looks calm, almost like he is sleeping. There is a small, strange smile on his face, but a leather rope is wrapped around his neck. It was pulled tight. He was hanged. Why does a man who was killed look so calm? It is a deep, unsettling question. His face shows no fear. It shows no pain. It is the face of someone who accepted what was happening. This is the deepest mystery of all. That strange peace is more scary than a scream. It hints at a belief so strong it could erase the fear of a terrible end, a belief that made a man smile as his life was taken from him. It is a chilling thought. To understand, we must look at the world they came from. It was called the Iron Age. This was a time of dark woods and small villages. Fear was everywhere. The winter was long and very cold. Food was often hard to find. People believed in powerful gods and spirits. These spirits lived in the water, the trees, and the ground itself. Life was short and hard. People did anything to survive. They did anything to please the unseen powers that they believed ruled their world. This leads to the most terrifying idea. These people were not just killed. They were gifts. They were given to the hungry gods of the bog. People believed the gods needed to be fed to keep the world working. To have a good harvest, to win a fight, or to stop the cold, a price had to be paid, and the greatest price was a human life. The bog was the altar. It was a place between worlds, where people could speak to their dark gods. Another man was found. His name is Grauballe Man. His death was not calm. He did not go to sleep in the dark water. His end was loud and full of fear. His throat was cut. The cut went from one ear all the way to the other. It was a huge, terrible wound. But when people looked at his hands, they were soft. He did not work in the fields. Was he a king? A priest? Was he a gift to a hungry god? But the horror goes deeper. It was not just men they found. Deep in the wet ground, they found children. The eyed girl was one of them. She was a young girl with long yellow hair. A rope was still around her neck. It had been pulled tight 3 times, and someone had cut off half of her hair. Why? Why would anyone do this to a child? The bog does not say. It only keeps its cold secrets. The answer to this terror is not in who they were. It is in where they were. The bog was a special place. It was a doorway. It was not truly land, and it was not truly water. It was a place in between. The people of the Iron Age knew this. They put these bodies in a place between the world of the living and the world of the spirits. They were not just burying their dead. They were sending a message to something dark and old. And here is the most chilling truth. The people who did this were not monsters from the deep woods. They were the victims' own people, their family, their friends, their leaders who were supposed to keep them safe. Think of the fear. A whole village agrees that someone must die to save everyone else. The real terror is not the dark water. It is the dark thoughts that live inside people, then and now. We look at their faces today. We see them behind glass in warm rooms. We see their last moments of fear. We think we are so different in our safe houses with bright lights. But these bodies are a dark mirror. They show us something terrible about ourselves. They show us what people will do when they are truly afraid. They show us a part of the past that never really went away. The faces in the bog are not just a story from long ago. They are a dark mark on the land itself. A memory that seeps up from the wet ground. These places of quiet water and soft moss still exist. They hide their secrets just below our feet, a chilling reminder of a fear that never went away. But the most haunting part is not what the bog shows us. It is what it keeps silent. The dark water saved their faces, their skin, and their hair. It kept every small detail of their last moments, but it stole their voices forever. We will never know their true names. We will never hear the stories they once told. Were they afraid in the end? Did they go to their gods in peace? Their faces are calm, but their eyes are closed to a secret we can never share. And so the silence remains. It is a heavy, cold silence that fills the museums where they now rest. The bogs are still out there, dark and quiet under a gray sky. And they are still waiting, holding more of these lost souls in their cold arms. A bog does not forget like a person does. Its memory is slow and cold and perfect. It takes a person and holds them. It wraps them in moss and dark water. It changes them, slowly turning them from flesh into a part of the land itself. This is why they are so scary. They are not just bodies. They are people trapped in a place between worlds, not alive but not truly gone. They exist in a dark, quiet dream, held forever in that one last moment of their life. The ones we have found were mostly discovered by mistake. A worker cutting peat sees a face in the mud. This leads to a chilling thought. How many more are still down there, hidden from the light? How many silent faces are staring up just under the grass and moss? As we dig into the earth, we disturb these old graves. The past is not staying buried anymore. It is slowly rising to meet us. When we look at them, they seem to look back. Their dark, leathery skin and quiet faces are a mirror. They show us a time of deep fear and strange beliefs. They remind us that the world was once a much darker place. The bog bodies are a final, chilling lesson. some stories do not have an end. They just wait in the shadows for someone to find them. They prove that the past is never really dead. It is only sleeping,